Episode 21. After Faroud's funeral, Tus and his army moved forward. On their way, they destroyed a lot of villages and killed a lot of civilians, and this was against the promise Tus had given to King Khosrow. Some time later, they arrived to a place called Rood. The army stayed there to have a rest. Give and Bijan were responsible to watch around and monitor. Afrasiab had heard about the entrance of Iran army to Tooran. He sent one of his commanders called Pelajan to check the enemy's situation. Give and Bijan saw him. Bijan had a fight with Pelajan and killed him. Tus ordered his army not to rest anymore and move forward because he understood that Afrasiab knew about their arrival and would soon attack them. On their way, there was a huge snowstorm. Everywhere was white and moving was too difficult for the soldiers. Some of them died on the way. Bahram told Tus, "This is happening because of your unjust and unwise acts. God is angry of us." Tus answered, "I know you are angry of Faroud's death, but remember I lost my son and son-in-law too. This is just a bad luck. Not related to the death of Faroud." The storm lasted for a week. After passing this challenge, the army arrived to a forest. They saw a huge pile of woods on their way. They knew this was done by Afrasiab to prevent Iran to move forward. Give ordered the soldiers to burn the woods. After burning the woods, the air was dark of the smoke. Fire was very huge. It took 3 days till the fire put out. Iran army arrived to a green land and decided to stay there for a while. That land belonged to a man called Tajav. He was Afrasiab's son-in-law. A sentinel saw Iran army and informed Tajav. Tajav sent a shepherd to go to Iran camp and get some news about Iran army for him. Bahram saw the shepherd and he was suspicious to the shepherd. Bahram arrested him and asked him who he was and what he was doing there. The terrified man told the truth, that he was sent by Tajav to get some news. Bahram then killed the shepherd. Tajav was waiting for the shepherd, and when there was no news from the man, Tajav felt maybe Iran army had arrested him. Tajav sent his troops toward Iran army. They had a bloody battle and Iran could defeat Tajav's soldiers. Tajav retreated and went to Afrasiab. He told Afrasiab what happened to his troops. Afrasiab then sent a man as a spy to Iran camp. The man came back with good news. He told Afrasiab that Iranian soldiers are happy of their victory so far and they are all drunk and drowsy in their camps. Now it is a good time to raid. Afrasiab, happy of the news, attacked Iranians. As they were drunk and drowsy, they could not fight well. So Tus decided to retreat. Iran army went back to Rood and they left a lot of horses and swords in the camps, and Tooran army got them all. Tus wrote a letter for King Khosrow and told him about everything that happened up to then, death of Faroud, their failure in war and other events. When the letter was sent to Khosrow, he was too angry of Tus' unwise acts. He wrote a letter and gave it to Faroud and told him, "Go where Iran army is. Read this letter aloud to Tus and others and tell Tus to come back to the capital." Faroud went to Iran camp in Rood and read the letter. In the letter, King Khosrow had given the responsibility of the army to Faroud and asked Tus to come back to the capital. Tus was no more a commander. Tus went back to capital. There was a meeting in the palace. King shouted at Tus there and blamed him for acting unwise and childish. Khosrow told Tus, "I wanted to kill you, but because of your age and serving the army for a long time, I don't. Instead you have to go back to your home and be under house arrest. You do not deserve to be a commander." Tus could not complain. He knew that King was right. On the other side, in Tooran, Faroud sent a letter to Piran and asked him for a 1-month ceasefire that they could treat the injured soldiers and bury the dead ones. Piran accepted. After a month, again the two armies faced each other. The war lasted for several days and Tooran army was superior in the war. One night Bahram saw that his arch was not with him. That arch was very precious to him and his name was carved on it. He decided to go to the war zone and find his arch. His brother, Give, prevented him from going. Give said, "It is dangerous for you to go there. You may lose your life if Tooran army sees you." But Bahram said, "That arch means a lot to me. If it reaches to the hands of Tooran army, they will mock me. My dignity and credit is much more important to me than my life." Bahram went to the war zone and finally found his arch. But when he wanted to come back, his horse disobeyed. Bahram got angry and killed the horse. The horse neighed and died. Tooran soldiers heard the sound. They went to the war zone and saw Bahram. Piran also came to the war zone. He told Bahram, "I know you. You were a close friend of Siavash. You have disobeyed war rules. But because you were Siavash's friend, I give you a chance. Come to us. I will give you everything that you want." Bahram did not accept. He told Piran, "I would lose all my dignity by joining Tooran army. I am here because I was looking for my arch. If you want to do me a favor, let me go back to Iran camp. Tomorrow we will face and fight again." Piran agreed. But when Bahram was walking back, Tajav saw him and told Piran, "You let him go, but I would not. This mad killed my soldiers." Tajav attacked Bahram and injured him. Bahram fell down while he was bleeding. Give was waiting in Iran camp for his brother. When Bahram was late, Give was worried. He went to the war zone to find him and saw Bahram is on the ground full of blood. Give told him, "Who did this to you?" Bahram answered with a weak voice, "Tajav." Give chased Tajav and found him. He captivated Tajav and took him where Bahram was lying. Tajav said, "I only injured him because he killed my soldiers." Bahram felt weak and some moment later he died. Give was too angry of this and killed Tajav as a revenge. That night, Iranian commanders held a meeting and decided to retreat because they knew this war would lead to failure for them. After they retreated, Tooran army was very happy. Afrasiab was also happy of this victory. But he told his army, "Remember, Rostam and Khosrow were not in this war. They may come to us sooner or later. We must always be alert." End of episode 21. Thank you for watching. See you soon.